I 28F needs to fix my marriage. After asking my husband 28M for a divorce, Mil showed me proof via video that he cheated on me. How can I fix this? Sorry for the throwaway, but I have people on my personal account that I don't want knowing about this. I screwed up royally by asking my husband for a divorce after my Mil showed me a video of my husband bringing another woman to her house. I am currently 6 months pregnant, and I know it's no excuse, but my hormones are all over the place. My husband and I have been married for 1 year now. In the beginning of our relationship and just before our marriage, we discussed deal breakers, and cheating, including emotional cheating, was a no-go. We both had the same stance on it. There is no fixing anything after cheating. I did tell him if he ever cheats, I will just disappear, and he agreed, saying he would do exactly the same. Both of us have been cheated on before and have gone through the manipulation, gaslighting, and fake promises. Both of us were clear on each other's boundaries. My in-laws went on a vacation a little more than a week ago, so my husband and I basically drove by their house to check up on it, as they only live 15 minutes away. We were essentially house sitting but weren't there permanently. This past Friday, my husband went to his parents' house alone to do a checkup. He was gone for maybe just over an hour. That night, my Mil sent me a video from their doorbell cam, showing my husband entering their house with a woman I had never seen before. In the audio, I heard my husband say, "We have to be quick." I told my wife I wouldn't be too long. This broke me completely. Along with the video, my Mil included a message saying she was sorry and couldn't believe her son would do something like this. She didn't want to send the video but believed the quicker I knew, the better. I was an idiot for not talking to my husband or confronting him, I know, but I believed my Mil, as she said she didn't know the woman in the video either. We get along very well. She even called me the daughter she never had. We talk on the phone constantly, have lunches, dinners, and spa days together. I have never heard her say anything bad or given me weird looks. All I've ever felt from her was love. I was so angry that night. While my husband was sleeping, I packed my things and left our house. I put my ring on the kitchen counter with a note telling my husband I wanted a divorce and that I couldn't believe he would do this to me. I can't remember everything I wrote, but that's the gist of it. I also told him not to contact me. I showed up at my parents' house and broke down completely. I told them everything and showed them the video. My mother told me to talk to my husband first, as something else might be going on, and I yelled at her because I felt like she was taking my husband's side. My father stood by me and told my mother off. Saturday morning, my phone went crazy with my husband calling and texting, asking what was going on. He showed up at my parents' house and asked to speak to me, but my dad told him to leave or he would call the police. My husband refused to leave until he could talk to me, so my father called the police. My husband was escorted off the property. The calls just kept coming until I had enough on Sunday afternoon, and I sent him a message with the video, saying, "You are a cheating bastard, and I will be filing for divorce." I ended with, "You broke my trust and heart." After that, my phone went quiet. At 10 p.m. that night, my husband showed up at my parents' house again with the woman in the video. My father didn't want to let him in, but my husband threatened my dad, saying, "Let me in so things can be sorted out, or things will get violent." They almost got into a fist fight until I told my dad it was fine and to let him in. My whole world shattered. The woman in the video is the daughter of one of my Mil's friends, and she was sent to my in-laws' house to pick up some things that Mil had borrowed from her friend. I read the messages from Mil, her friend, and the friend's daughter, all explaining where everything was. She even showed me her call log. which showed she was talking to my mail for over 30 minutes because some of the items weren't where mail said they were. During the time she and my husband were at the house, my husband showed me the rest of the video from the doorbell cam, which showed him carrying things to her car. He explained that when Mill met this girl, she took a liking to her and believed she would be a better wife for him than I am. So when she saw an opportunity to break us up, she took it. Mill knows me and thought I would stick to disappearing if my husband ever cheated, and she banked on that happening. I was a complete wreck at that moment as everything was breaking down around me. My mother asked my husband to leave, and as he stood up to go, I grabbed him and said sorry, but he just looked tired and didn't he say a word as he left. A couple of minutes later, he came into the house again and dropped off 3 bags, saying to my father, "These are the things she forgot to take with her." Those words felt like they shattered my soul, and everything just started to spin around me. I am fine and still at my parents' house. My husband now refuses to answer my calls or texts. All I got from him was, "I can't believe you thought I would cheat on you. I think we should continue with the divorce." I called Mill yesterday to ask why she would do this, and she yelled at me, accusing me of breaking the relationship with her son, as he disowned her and wants nothing to do with her anymore. He isn't answering her or his father. Everything is falling apart around me, and I don't know what to do. My own parents are fighting because my mother told me to speak to him, but I refuse to listen. And my dad is still on my side, telling her not to blame me. I don't know what to do anymore. Edit. I don't know what Mill was thinking, as my husband and I will have a child together, and it's basically impossible to disappear completely. I really don't know. I think she wasn't thinking when she sent me that video and message. I really don't know what's going on anymore or what to do. From 10 p.m. when my husband came to the house, we talked, and I believe he only left close to 1 a.m. that morning. More was said and explained during that time in more detail, but most of it is a blur, and I summarized to make my post a bit shorter. I know Reddit very well. I was stupid. I know. I should be talked to him, confronted him, done something other than just run away. If you believe this is fake, that's fine. Let us please swap lives, and you can deal with this for me. If you think I'm making up stories, don't comment. I need advice. I don't want to argue.